All right, your boy JMP. We are back. Another World Cup game has started. Let's go over real quick who's playing. We got Soumav from Bangladesh, who they've been putting together an impressive starting run thus far of 4-1. And then we have Chaos23333 from China, who is right now 2-3. And at the moment of this recording. And so we're going to start off to see how this game... Okay, first off, let's talk about teams. We got the Shark 6 on KS side. Very popular team. Wait, actually, no. It's a Shark 6 with apparently Among Us over Toxpex. Interesting. Nonetheless, basically the Shark 6. And then on, let's see, Bangladesh's side, we have an HO. Not Hound HO at all right now. I think it is unviable in a way because of teams like the Shark 6. I mean, not really like teams like the Shark 6, but structures that are like, let's see, Dondozo plus Garg, Dondozo with members or Skeleton plus members. It's very hard for HO to overwhelm that. Not to say you can't win those matchups, but its win rate and success rate is not as high as just simply loading up a balance. And I think that the way the meta is right now, it's very heavily favored towards balance than HO. Don't get me wrong, HO can still put in tons of work, but I'm very low in HO right now. So anyway, it goes for Moonblast here. Doesn't really reveal much. Probably Specs. I don't know that damage off the top of my head. And also, I don't know if that's special defensive or physically defensive yet. He goes Garchomp. Opponent immediately goes for Earthquake. They trade rocks. Will we see spikes? Okay, so it's Bulky Chomp. The Garchomp's dead and only 2 layers are up. I mean, well, the one thing I'll say, the reason why there's a Doxabix is for things like Excalibur, which is about to come in. It shows that it's heavy duty boots and not loaded dice, so I would say that is a win if you are Chaos. But I mean, I guess that kind of is expected on this type of build that has no hazard removal. We also know it's not banded. This is going to be an SD or Dragon Dance variant. If it is DD, in every single case, Corv should beat it. Of course, there's flinches, but Corv should beat it. If it's SD, things get a little trickier, and this can just win. So, again, I bring up Toxapex because Toxapex on this team is usually Shucka. So you'd usually go like, you could, oh, no. He's fumbling the bag. They are fumbling the bag. You never go straight Skeledirge. Okay. So it showed Rush and Equake. Man. Then this probably was over. No, wait, actually, see, this is another reason why you do not run, you run Toxapex over, because the Toxapex helps with that Pokemon right there, Volcarona. Man, this went from pretty easy win. I'm not gonna say easy win. Definitely not easy win. It's easy. Let's say it went to a decent chance of winning. But some decisions were made in the builder, and some decisions were made just now on turn 7. It's SD2. Woo! I think this game could... No, wait, actually. Rush, SD, Earthquake. That means that this cannot touch it. At least it shouldn't be able to touch it, because you don't... I swear to God. I swear. What if this is the DD? Nah. Even then. This shouldn't have a strong ice move on this set, which means Corv will beat this. Man, this is why you go Corv first, and then figure it out later. I mean, especially because no packs, you're forced to go Corv. Man. It's not a wrap. It shouldn't be, at least. It really shouldn't be a wrap. I just need the opponent to really like. I need Chaos to really think about this. Like, it shouldn't have an ice move here, so really don't switch out. Because here's the thing: if it does, you're screwed anyway. Because the way this game is gonna play out, you're gonna end up losing the way things are set up as is. Like sometimes you have to make plays based on assuming that your opponent is not gonna have a particular set. Because if your opponent has a particular set, you're dead to rights anyway. So you have to play to the assumption that it doesn't. There's really not much to think about here. You click Iron Defense, proceed. Well, who wants to be at full health? Jesus Christ, man. I don't know, man. You click Iron Defense there. You then roost off for the damage. Of course, you hope for no crit, but you have to Iron Defense there. You got to roost that off. You need to be at good health, good enough health to take those Roaring Moon hits. I mean, when it's all said and done, Roaring Moon most likely has things cleared to just win, but there was a chance, and I still think I would say there was a chance. I mean, still, nonetheless, Roaring Moon was still going to be a pain no matter what, but now I feel like this is a pretty let's just say his opponent is in control here. Now, decide to go Volcarona. Goes for Fiery Dance, sacks the Corviknight. That would have been nice. Rocky Helmet Chip would have been nice for the Roaring Moon. Wouldn't have sacked it. You just go. But at the same time, this maybe does give it a chance to heal up, so maybe I guess you do sack it. I feel like this has to be Terra Ground, but I guess not. As it switches out, this gets back up to full. I mean, that's getting it back up to full. That was why I was like, I don't know if you really want to go Volcarona. You may want to go to the G-Stick, because Volcarona just allows that potentially just to heal up, which turns the easy win with Roaring Moon into potentially may not, because you may not have taunt. So goes for Make It Rain there. What an aggressive Make It Rain. That is specs damage 100%. If that is the case, yeah, I feel like you definitely should have won core. It's looking like a wrap. I don't think there's much that can happen that can change that. So that's why I like to say sacks. This would have been nice to save a sack here. Just sack Corv. If I would have preferred to have Corvik in the Rocky Helmet Chip, but wow. The prediction definitely was a Moon there, thinking that he'll go to maybe special defensive Moon, gets take the hit. At the same time, though, considering a Moon can't really touch it, did Make It Rain really not kill from 25? I feel like Make It Rain definitely killed from there. I feel like you could have easily just click Make It Rain again. Goes for Fiery Dance. Turfstone. 100% slack off here. There's no way his opponent will risk going the cheese stick slack. It's not slack. Alright, now his opponent may risk going the cheese stick. Anyway, just slack here still nonetheless. If he makes that play, it is what it is, but you need this at full. No reason to make God plays. Oh, I'm not gonna say there's no reason, because that would have been, of course, the reason to make God play, that it gives you a chance to go for a throw here, but just go for the safe. No Terra's been revealed. That's the very important thing. is that Chaos still has Terra. So does his opponent. I wonder if you go Dragapult and just bluff. Because I'm thinking like... it's probably your only option. A Moon can take the hit, but it can't do anything back. I don't think Tusk is running any special defensive on this team, so I don't know if it can take the hit. And even if it does, it basically be at 0, and also will then allow the Roaring Moon to freely set up with, DD Terra Flying. At least everything else kind of prevents it from safely setting up. At least, if you try to come to Skeletor, you'd have to think about taunting because of Wisp. But, then you can pivot to, Dragapult, Scared, or... yeah, that's really it. I think his opponent's... I think Chaos' only option... you go Dragapult, you bluff. That you are Of course, the longer you take on this time... oh, no. Oh, I guess it's Terra in here. Tragic. Thing about this is... It is in no way is able to even... oh, wait, I think I see the plan. Oh, that's water. That's the worst Terra you could want to be. Huh. I will say, though, maybe if that's T-Wave, maybe he can hack his way to victory. Disconnected. Oh, that's not good. He has 300 seconds to reconnect. Is this game gonna end up in a DC? Because even if he reconnects, doesn't the timer go back to what it was, which is like 5 seconds? I don't know. But I think this game was over anyway. Like, in all likelihood, there was no way Chaos was coming out of this alive. Well, again, that's under the assumption of, particular sets. That it's bulky, which I think it has to be on this team. It always is, let's just say, on this team. It never is, specs or anything like that. So, if it was specs, it definitely would have came out early, I feel like. So, in a perfect world, Dragapult comes out here, clicks Hex, the Cheese Stick drops, and then, then Valiant comes out, kills, gets Wisp, forces out, and that should do it. Yeah, so anyway, Valiant forces it out, boom. There is, of course, the T-Wave chance. If it T-Waves, then it gets a little tricky. But Valiant, no hacks, of course, considering would kill the Dragapult or force out the Dragapult. Either way works out perfectly for Para, right? Because if it forces it out and Amoonguss stays in, Amoonguss, maybe he forces out Amoonguss to come in. Dang. Okay. Actually, maybe he could have won this. Dang. I feel like... not even then. Man, he actually could have won this. This is actually kind of annoying now to me. Okay, let me explain why I think he could have potentially won this. It would have required some favorability in his favor, but he could have won this. Chaos could have won this. So my thought process, I'm gonna assume standard Wisp, Hex, Dragon Dart, sub, Polt. Cool. You go Dragapult here, you Hex the Goldango, it dies. That's literally what he has to let happen. It just has to die. He can't really risk going Valiant. He can't let Valiant be taking damage. Let me double check something. Let me see. Because maybe I guess you could have went. You know, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. And then Iron Valiant, because I don't know the role off the top of my head. I don't know what set he was either. Let's just call it SD. It doesn't really particularly matter. Yeah, so if you had rocks in the picture, which rocks are in the picture? Oh, excuse me. 64 point. Yeah, so you're definitely not risking going there. That would be crazy. So Godango drops. Boom. Valiant comes out. I'm thinking if you switch out, not even double, excuse me. You switch out to Amoongus. You take the Moonblast hit. You drop a Spore. Next turn, he's gonna have to let the Valiant go to sleep. There's no way he can let Roaring Moon go to sleep, right? Okay. Valiant goes to sleep. My thought is he has to stay in. I don't even think you can go Roaring Moon as a double. Because if it's standard Wisp and you go Roaring Moon, even if you Terra Flying, you're going to get Wisped by the Dragon Ball. You'll be at, when you come in 88%, the Wisp will take you down to around like 80. Then that initial turn, then you kill it, put you around like 70, low 70s. Huh. You still should win. But what if a foul play? Foul play from a Moon. We get into the math of things. Amoongus, Roaring Moon. I think it's a wrap. I don't think there's any way. Like when it's all said, I'm pretty sure Perosa still wins. Because anyway, the mindset is you put to sleep, the opponent doubles to Dragapult, is able to get the sleep turns it needs, you staying asleep, and takes you out. Like it has to go that way, in my opinion. I don't think you want to stay in with Amoongus and you set up not even 50-50. Like it just simply you taunt and then you click Dragon Dance. Of course, there can be some luck with that, but it's saying that there is no luck, like no like Sledge Bomb Poison and then Foul Play crit, stuff like that. See, Acrobatics be like +1, and then we make that 110. Flying, and then we make it burn though. That's the thing. Let's say it's burned. So we could have just kept it at 55, I guess. That's what the damage is looking like. Oh yeah, no, that's a pack. Nah, no chance. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he had this one anyway. But I feel like that's the best chance. You had to you had to just go direct, drop this, then go Valiant. Maybe hope he, I don't know, throws, I guess then. You need to keep all three of these members alive. Even Tusk. I know Tusk takes it, but it's not like Tusk can do anything back unless this is like Ice Spin for some reason. Anyway, that's that. That is game. I've kept you guys long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Look forward to doing more. Peace.